Okay, everyone. Bad news. Very bad news. Well, actually, I guess I shouldn't just assume it's bad news. It could lead to good things, too. But I sat down and I thought about it. And I thought about it. And to be honest, for America, I don't see a whole lot good. So Atlus is now, like, all the talks about the possibility, it's happening. Index is putting Atlus out for sale. And they want to do it really quickly, and they want to get all the assets sold off to before September. It sounds like they're just doing a big package deal. Atlus itself, everything Atlus, buy it. And it sounds like I believe the article said they want to do it within this week. This week. So and I sat down and I wondered what effects it could do. I don't think for like the actual series that Atlus does will be that horrifying, unless like Microsoft somehow ended up with them. I mean, the series is popular here, and if they buy them, I think it would just be stupid not to release their games here. What I think will be incredibly bad for us is, think about it this way. Let's say Nintendo buys Atlus. What's the point of Atlus America anymore? I mean, Atlus America publishes more than just Atlus games. They publish games that are from other people in Japan to here. What is the point of American Atlus if Nintendo buys the rights? Then, well, there's Nintendo America. We don't need you. Get out of here. And Nintendo America isn't going to care as much to import those strange, zacky games like Atlus would. And see, that's what I'm really worried about. Like the Shin Tensei and Personas, those will be surely fine, and they will probably continue to come. I can only dread about those if Microsoft or somebody stupid like that got their hands on Atlus. And I don't think that's really happening so easily. It could be a possibility, but I strongly think that most Japanese companies in the game industry are going to have better chances of getting Atlus. But, if they have an American branch, what is the point of the American Atlus team? I mean, sure, they'll be probably bought into their wings, but are they going to allow them to continue to publish stuff like they do now? I can't really see that. It's like, if Capcom got them, I don't see Capcom fucking telling them to come and publish some of these zany-ass games they've done. I mean, that is what I'm more concerned about. Because, I mean, obviously, it's going to be the publishers who are going to really basically be up for grabs. I mean, Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony, and like Square Enix, Capcom, Konami, it's going to be publishers who are going to go after Atlus most likely. I mean, I guess you could say maybe some just crazy witch person might be like, yeah, I always wanted a video game company. This sounds like a good one to start with. That could be a possibility. It doesn't sound like they're really being stingy with who's going to buy it. So, it does leave a lot of questions. I mean, I don't think the series itself is going to go horrifyingly long if it goes into the hands of, like, Nintendo. A little questionable if it went to Square Enix. Like, I think at first it would be safe, but I think over time it would suffer the same way as Final Fantasy will. Because, they're going to bring the Atlus people in, so, they're going to be around, and, they're going to eventually get in these horrifying arguments and leave and stuff and go do other things and that, so over time I think it would digress in Square Enix's hands. Microsoft, I can't even imagine. But I can't really lie. I would think Microsoft could shed a little interest. The constant need of wanting something to drag Japanese players in. We're talking about one of the top kings of RPGs. You know, you got Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, and of course Pokemon that whittled its way into the three. I mean, you originally, you know, it was really Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, and Shin Tensei series that have been long time, huge RPG series in Japan. Pokemon just whammed in there with that. So, and Wizardry is really popular in Japan too still. So, I mean, we're talking about one of the really king of the crop series, well known for a long time through the game industry. And I can't lie, if I was Microsoft, I'd be like, get that. Why? Every fucking Japanese fan of the series will buy the fucking Xbox One if the 5th game's on this thing. Get it. And that's scary too, but I really think Japanese companies have better odds. I really think Square Enix has better probably interest in it, because, you know, they already own two giants of the RPG market. Having the third one under the wing would just, and plus, you know, with Final Fantasy degrading, they could even go like, well, we could just throw Final Fantasy out the window and just welcome the demons in. It's all really scary in some ways. I mean, I don't really see a lot of the American companies getting their hands on it so easily. Microsoft would benefit the most from it. I don't see like Activision and that going after it. I don't even think Activision would even care, to be honest. Microsoft's the only person I would think on the American side that would really be interested. But like I say, like if it went to Nintendo, I don't think like the franchise itself would be threatened a lot. They're franchises. What I am generally really worried about more is the fact of the whole publishing. Atlus is one of the big publishers for America's zany games. You know, we have Atlus, we have the creators of Disgaea, who bring us some wacky games, Xseed, Axis Games. You know, we don't have 5 million publishers over here bringing these zany games to us. And the big people ain't. Capcom is not out there giving us these zany games. I know, but they used to have some zany games. What was... Here's a weird one. One Piece Mansion. That is a really bizarre game that Capcom actually brought to America on the PS1. But you think they really do that? No! They want to milk the Call of Duty train as much as they can. We gotta hold out that Call of Duty style. But, I don't know, there's a lot of mixed feelings, and I'm just overall worried about losing a publisher that has cared a lot to give us a lot of good games. I mean, if they get purchased by someone else, I would assume that Atlus America would become part of their fold for publishing in that. But they wouldn't be dictating anything about publishing anymore. The owner that buys them would. So, you know, Nintendo isn't going to be worried about getting Rainbow Man on the Wii out. You know, so there's a lot of conflicting mixed oh my goodness, my head's so mixed up. What do you all think? Who do you think they would be the safest with? I really think Nintendo would be the best bet when it comes to the franchises, but the publishing thing seems like it's basically dead no matter what, because the publishers are going to really be the only people really interested in, and you know, they're not going to be like, yeah, we'll listen to all the games you want us to tell you to translate and everything. It's like, no, you're going to do what we want or you can walk out the door. So, I mean, the whole publishing thing just seems like it's doomed no matter who it goes to. The franchises themselves will vary on who buys it. So, at most, the preserving of the franchises they have is the most good that's possible. I can't really see how the publishing way is going to work unless the people at Atlus America left or made their own individual publishing and I don't know of the possibilities of that. And hopefully, maybe somebody who has contacts with them, maybe they can ask about that. Um, but what are your thoughts? Who do you think is the franchises, Shin Tensei and Persona, and that all going to be safe with? Who do you think is trustworthy for the franchises? And what do you think about the publishing fund? And of course, the publishing fund is more of an American issue because Atlus doesn't really publish a lot of games in Europe and that. So it's really more of an American perspective there. But what do you think about the prospects of the publishing still happening? You think it's just going to die when they get purchased, or do you think there's hope or some way they could still publish games even though somebody's purchased them? So leave your comments, your thoughts, and hopefully we'll hear some good news near the end of this week. And hopefully it's not Microsoft. And Carter, I don't think EA would really be interested in it either, so I wouldn't worry about EA. Microsoft is the biggest Western worry I have, though. So, till next time, everyone. Hopefully there will be good news. I really hope there's going to be good news about this. Please.